Hi, I am Sharon and we have another episode of Mums on the Run. I am currently on my own today. Michelle isn't feeling too well, so I have myself and my lovely guest today. This is Chris. Hi, Chris.
How are we?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
Really, really apprehensive and nervous, but
You've got this.
yeah,
You've got this.
it's
We'll deep dive into everything, but first, let everybody know at home who you are. You're a family man, obviously, but yeah, most people on TikTok won't know you as Chris because you're called
ABC man.
ABC man. I will share this on the clip so you can go and follow. But yeah, just tell us a wee bit. What's home life like?
My home life's amazing. I've got a fantastic wife.
Yep.
She's so supportive.
Yeah. Is she on TikTok?
She is, but she's, because of her job,
she's silent.
Yeah, she's silent. Do you know what I mean? So she's very supportive of me, behind me all the way.
Yeah, she has with what you tell me.
And yeah, pretty much kind of like my wee cheerleader. Do you know what I mean? So
I love you've got that.
that's it. And I've got a wee boy.
Yep.
He's amazing.
What age is he?
Connor's 10.
Love that. A good age.
That's it. And it's at this moment in time, it's a privilege to watch him grow.
Aye.
He's at this age where starting to see kind of the wee man that he's turning into and stuff like that. That's it.
This is my favourite age. That's definitely my favourite age. So is he high school next year?
No, he's in primary 6 just now.
Oh,
so
right,
then he's got primary
year.
7 and then.
Aye, so that's my favourite year. Like, see, like when I've watched like Ali, like round about that age, I hate the high school thing. Like, I just worry, I think. But that age, kind of 10 year, that's perfect, I think, where they all try and find their own place in life, if you like, in their character. But have you thought about having any more kids, or?
Well, we did, but I know she wouldn't mind me talking about this because this is part of her journey as well, that my wife's got the BRCA2 cancer gene.
Oh, God, right.
So once she got to a certain age, it was important that she started looking at preventative surgery and stuff like that. So at the time, we had our own business, and to have another kid at that point would have put a lot of strain. And then the opportunity came up to get the operation, and at that time, it just felt right. So I was blessed enough with my son.
Yeah.
And
does it look like you, Chris?
Yeah. My missus says, hey, you put a wee beard on.
How we marry you.
So no, that's it. He's my wee carbon copy. He's my wee best pal. I just love spending as much time as I possibly can with them. Do you know what I mean? Because I felt I lost,
of course,
so much time.
So let's dive into that then. So I'm going to let the viewers know firstly that we're going to put a trigger warning out just because of the subject we're talking about, but also I'm just going to let people know you contacted me, which is nobody's contacted me and I've said yes. And the reason for is you just need to have a story, I think, like when you're coming on and stuff. And when you'd contact me, I always remember what you said. I've only got 1,000 followers. That's what you said at the time. Obviously you've got a bit now, but you're like, I've only got 1,000 followers, but this is kind of my story or whatever else. And I was like, doesn't matter how many followers you've got, a story. And I always remember that, and I was in my bed, I can remember clear as day. And I remember like the day after, like I was sitting at the wee in football and I was looking through all your stuff and I was like, what kind of stories he got? Because he's such a nice guy, like, do you know, that way? So then obviously, I think it was like a couple of weeks later, and then I'd kind of probably got in touch with you, didn't I? Because this is our first meal ever on our podcast.
I know,
and it's such a massive topic that you're going to talk about. But I love the fact that you're a dad and you're willing to come on and talk about this, because with the previous guest on there, obviously we know that men find it harder to talk and stuff. So you okay to go?
Yeah.
So let's go right back to the very start. And let's open up a wee bit and we'll just take it at your pace. So do you want to talk a wee bit about your childhood?
Yeah. So we'll kind of just go back as far as I can remember. That I would say like my childhood began like every other kid's. I mean, I was born in 1983, so going back a bit now, but
you're an only child?
Yeah, well, no, I've got two sisters, and then a stepsister to my dad in another marriage. But yeah, so basically, kind of going right back is I can always remember like my mum and dad arguing and stuff like that, and it wasn't the memories that I've got, it wasn't a happy home.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that my mum and dad didn't love me in any way,
Oh, of
shape or
course.
form, or, you know.
They just didn't love each other, maybe?
No, that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. It was different times and
Mhm.
a lot of arguing and stuff like that. And then I think kind of what happened to me
Mhm.
was something that maybe set off a chain of events that
Yeah.
was kind of inevitable. I
Mhm.
don't know of,
Yeah.
but as I can only
Aye, you're
surmise
only
to,
yeah.
yeah. So basically, what happened to me at a very, very early age was there was a trusted family member,
Mhm.
um, and he would come stay with us,
And is that in
and
your mum's house?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then sometimes I would go stay with him,
Right.
and uh,
Take your time. You've got this. Yeah.
it's just
Aye. Take your time.
um,
Remember my post, we're all behind you.
uh, I remember things happening.
Came prepared. These were for me, but you
I,
can, you can have it.
I
Have a look
promised
at.
myself I wouldn't go this
No,
early.
listen, this is, see when it's a real topic like this, cry as much as you need. Cry as much as you need.
It just when I was thinking about that there, it's just I don't.
You're probably thinking about your weeing as well.
Yeah, it's funny you said that because that's exactly what happens. It's like
Aye.
whenever I think of that, whenever I think of that wee boy that I was,
Yeah.
and then I think of my boy,
Was he the same
it's
age? Or were you a bit younger?
I was a bit younger.
Right.
I was uh, right. So
Take your time. Don't worry.
I remember I was about 6 or 7 when I get taken aside by my mum
Mhm.
and my aunties, and we were sat down, and I was asked a series of questions.
Right.
And in that moment, the questions that they were asking me, I knew something was up.
Right.
And what was happening to me prior to that, I thought was completely normal.
Normal. Because that person made you feel as if it was normal. Yeah.
hmm
And you were so young and vulnerable and trusted that person. You're going to believe that. Of course, yeah.
So, yeah, that point on, I think, is what forced me to grow up very quick
Yeah.
because I started having to talk about adult things.
Yeah. And you were a baby.
Yeah,
Let's face it, you were a baby, yeah.
and the older I got, I started to understand
Mhm.
what it was.
Yeah.
Watching certain movies and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you learned to listen to adult conversations because I had to know what else was going on.
Yeah.
Um, it was one of the ones that just, yeah. Again, I was forced to kind of face what it was,
Yeah.
and it was sexual.
Yeah.
And then when I started realizing, then when I started, I get really, uh,
Well, let me ask you, just to distract you a wee bit. So, why did your mum come? What was her sense that she had to come and ask you
well,
questions?
they found out
Right.
what was going on
Via
through
you or
it was somebody else.
right. So this was happening to multiple.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
All in the same family?
Yep.
Right. And so did one of the was it all boys? Yeah.
From my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. Right. And did one of the boys speak out and then that's
I
what's
think
got them
that's
to
what
that?
triggered it. I think
Right.
that's what triggered it. And
Yeah.
then when we all get asked,
Yeah.
and we had to give
Yeah.
detail and
Mhm.
what happened. Yeah, for that point on, I remember it was just like a sledgehammer
Mhm.
because I knew that I was very young and I
Yeah.
realised I was forced with this adult
Yeah.
thing, and I can still remember it to this day. It's like I changed overnight.
Aye.
I I started listening into adult
Yeah.
conversations. I was always aware of who was around me.
Yeah.
The older I got, through like primary school and stuff.
You were still so young as well. Like that's a really young age to be like, as you said, change overnight. I feel like, do you know what I mean? That's so young.
Mhm.
That's something you shouldn't even need to think about at that age. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I get the point that you struggle because that's a lot.
mhm.
Yeah.
It was understood what kind of
Yeah.
sexual acts and stuff were at a
Yeah.
very young age, and
Mhm.
then you start hiding things,
Yeah.
and yeah, I knew from that point on I was different because nobody else around me,
Mhm.
nobody had experienced that.
Yeah.
So I knew I was different,
Yeah.
and that stayed with me
Mhm.
my whole life. There wasn't a there wasn't a primary that I was in that I didn't get put to a desk myself.
Yeah.
For primary one right up to
And is that
primary seven.
because behaviour, like were you shown behavioural issues?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I knew, like I said, what happened.
Yeah.
Um, and it's so strange. It's not that I started acting up. Um, I just was very confused.
Yeah, of course you were.
And then as you start growing up, start going through that, you start realizing the depth of what happened,
Mhm.
and then the way that it started making me feel about myself.
Yeah.
No matter how much I would shiver,
Mhm. Ah, yeah, get
I
that.
couldn't get clean.
Yeah.
Um, People would say things would trigger
Trigger you.
emotions. People would touch me in a certain way, or
Yeah.
and I would get like knee jerk reactions. And then the older I got, um, started affecting a lot of my relationships.
Yeah.
Um, and then this is that. Um,
Teddy bear. Do you know as well, Chris, just because you said you were different for everyone, you were on your own. You might have not been. You could have been in a classroom with 15 people that were the exact same as you. Yeah. They could have still been pursuing it at that point and still under the imagination, if you like, of this is okay. This is so don't think you were on your own because I bet you now if you were to obviously this was to go out here, you
yep.
might have someone from your class going,
Hmm.
you weren't. Do you know what I mean? At that time and
Yeah.
of course you thought you were, do you know what I mean? You're the wrong
So
person.
isolated.
Aye.
Um,
It basically destroyed your childhood. Aye.
yeah.
100%. And even that you having people round about you that experienced the same, did you just talk about that when you were so young?
We did the older we got.
Yeah.
But that emotion was all anger,
Yeah. Aye.
frustration, that made us think horrible things.
Can imagine.
Um,
Like it should.
it I feel it definitely changed my personality,
Mhm.
and ultimately kind of what led to the cycle and the years of addiction
Yeah.
that followed. I found it very hard to trust people.
Yeah.
My dad, like I says, left.
Mhm. And how did he take that as his boy, like, going through that? Like
My dad at the time, from what I gather from what he's told me, was livid. My dad actually
yeah.
went looking for him, but at this point, we had told he had already been arrested and was in
Right.
custody and
So that was
stuff
my
like
next
that. And
question.
yeah,
And did he get time for that?
see, this is where things get muddy
Right.
because we all get told different things.
Ah, right.
We all get told that he took his own life, and then he
Mhm.
get put in the jail, and then
Yeah.
another one where something happened to him in the jail, and
Yeah.
so we never ever found out. And
Yep.
the older I got, I just pushed that so far
Yeah.
down.
Is that
Um,
something that you would like to know for closure, or is it something that you're just like
mm,
doesn't
there's
even aye?
no,
That's good. You've got that mindset though, because you it's still not controlling you now. Do you get
no.
me? Like that's a good thing
It
that you feel
just
like that.
it was it carried with me. Like I says, even like 7, 8. Then when I turned 9, I was out with my best friend at the time,
Mhm.
and we were up the woods out there a bit, and my friend's big brother came up with all of his friends,
Mhm.
and it was like there was half a bottle. It was like half a bottle of electric white that me and
Yeah.
my friend had, so it was a litre each. Do you know what I mean? I
Aye.
was 9,
God.
9. But when I drank that, um, see how it made me feel,
Mhm.
right? Even at that wee boy,
Yeah.
it was like a suit of armour went around me,
Mhm.
where I was able to block it out.
Yeah.
So from 9-year-old, I understood
Yeah, that
what
can
alcohol
yeah.
could do. Um,
But at 9-year-old, you must have been getting so drunk, like,
mhm,
do you know what I mean? Like, that must have been and then were you getting sick after it, like
I wasn't.
you went,
My
right,
friend was.
right.
I just kind of fell asleep,
Aye.
woke up later
Woke up
on, really, but yeah,
immediately.
that's it.
Right.
But then I learned very quickly
Mhm.
what that did,
Yeah. And did you continue from that age just to
pretty much.
aye.
It wasn't like a weekly thing,
Yeah.
of
Just whenever it
course.
was available for you, because let's face it, you're 9, you shouldn't really be do
No.
you know what I mean? You're not really gonna be about that a lot. But did you ever find yourself, like, in the house? If there was any drink in the house, would you ever sneak anything?
Yep,
No. Right. Mhm.
100% every time.
Right.
Because I've got quite a big family,
Yeah.
on my mum's side. There's 12 of them.
Right.
So there used to be kind of family events and
Aye,
stuff where
family dues
everybody
and
would
stuff.
come down, and then you would go in and you'd sneak the
Aye.
the beers or the old hooch and stuff like that out the fridge. And
And back then, it wasn't even as if you were doing that to be cool, because there's no social media, there's no do you know what I mean?
no,
Like, so that's you're genuinely learning this is a coping mechanism for
hmm
me.
it
Yeah.
it took me out my head,
Yeah.
and that's how I find it so hard to kind of go back there, because the the memories are
I can imagine.
it's
Can imagine.
I just wanted it to stop. I just wanted to not feel different. I just
Aye.
wanted to feel normal.
Aye, and you're still so young. You're and that's took away even like your experience with girls. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
do you know what I mean? Like when you should be like, oh, I fancy her. Like you're just
Yeah.
having wee. Yeah, that's probably. Did you ever? I know obviously I'd said this to you on the
Mhm.
phone that someone asked us. Did you ever question your sexuality and stuff?
No,
No, because I
no.
know people kind of
It was
they can do, can't they?
the kinda opposite for myself,
You knew. Yeah,
because the men touching me
yeah,
repulsed me,
yeah.
and
I can
I
imagine.
hate saying that
No, listen,
because
you've not had a good experience of a man. Like, do you know what I
mhm,
mean? So it's not like for me, like a man should be even for like a young boy, like your safe space. He should be, I'm your protector. I'm going to look
mhm,
after you. You should have that going forward in life because that's what you are for your boy. So
mhm,
that's exactly what you should have experienced as a child that was taken away from you from someone who was classified as family.
mhm. That's, I think that's where a lot of my trust issues came
Yeah.
from as well, and like I says, when I got that freedom for my head
Hmm.
through alcohol and stuff, the older I got, um, it I ended up very sexualized.
Yeah.
Then there was girls and stuff in my street that, we would start doing
Yeah.
stuff, and then the mums found out, and then,
Hmm.
I'm being called these
Of
names,
course.
and
No.
then it made me think, is there something wrong with me? Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Why is it me? Why am
Yeah.
and so yeah, that's I think triggered really much the beginning of the things I used to say about myself.
Yeah.
Um, so like I says, this is just still primary school. This isn't even me
Yeah.
got to
This is
high
even high
school
school
yet.
yet.
Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So when I got to high school, um, again, the older I got, the I understood more
Yeah.
about what happened to me, and it it just started spiraling.
Hmm.
because then I just couldn't understand why I felt the way that I
Yeah.
did.
And I think boys struggle with their emotions as well, don't they, at
Mhm.
times? So to try and incorporate that, I feel like, as well as
Yeah,
puberty and everything else, and it's a lot for a
that's it.
wee.
At this point when I had got to high school, my dad had already been away a few years.
Yeah. And that itself is hard as well because then again that's an experience of a male.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And like
I used
he's
to
left now, so
I
aye.
used to blame myself. I used to ask, "What is it about me that my dad
Aye.
doesn't love?"
Yeah.
What?
And at that time, nobody's turning around to you because they're all the same age. They don't really know your story. Nobody's turning around and going, "Well, my dad's not there. My dad's not there."
Mhm.
Because again, like loads of families probably weren't together,
Yeah.
but because of what you've went through,
Mhm.
you're blaming that and
Yeah.
you on
At
this.
that time, in my school, I was
Aye, were
pretty
you?
much the only one. There was
Oh
only
yeah.
one other person.
Okay.
Um,
Aye, so that was quite big then, wasn't
so
it?
that again started
Mm-hmm.
the what's wrong with me,
Yeah.
and I would blame myself constantly. Then the
Yeah.
older I got, going through high school, I really did start blaming myself.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell me I should have known.
Aye.
Why did I let that happen? I should have
Yeah.
known.
You were so young. Do you know what I mean? You were so. I mean, would you say to your boy that now he should know?
Mm,
Of
mm,
course you wouldn't.
mm-mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, give yourself some grace. You shouldn't have known. You're with someone who's, if someone tells you that now, that's no good for you, and it's fine. You're going to agree with the adult, yeah. But
Aye.
no, you shouldn't have known. Even in high school, like things happen when it's. I mean, things happen in adult life where girls will go out and have a drink and stuff happen to
Mhm,
them, and they shouldn't be. That's not on them. Do you know what I mean? So it's not on you. 100%, it's not on you, and it never will be.
mhm. I know that
I know.
now,
Yeah.
after kinda everything,
Yeah,
but,
but you didn't at that time.
no,
I get it.
it was that unfortunate kinda side that
Mhm.
I couldn't let go of,
Yeah.
because I always thought so right through primary school, I felt different.
Mhm.
Why is that happening to me? Then my dad leaving, what did I do?
Yeah.
Does my dad not love me anymore?
And
Um,
did you miss, this is a question by the way, so that's why I wanted to ask this.
mhm.
Did you miss that person? So that person that you spent time with that done that to you, did you were you almost like, "Well, this is wrong, but I miss that person?"
At the time when I first found out, I couldn't understand.
Yeah, because 'cause you're so young, that's what I mean, do you know what I mean?
That's
That
it. It
person's
was
missing then.
to think about that
Yeah,
in that question. I I have to be honest, and I have to say that I missed the relationship.
yeah. And
And then
listen,
and even
no, listen, I know what you're feeling right now, but I think the reason this person's asked this, it's so
no, it's
common.
important. It's
It's
important.
common. It's very, very common. You miss that person that you've not that part of it, but you miss that person. The same way where when your dad walked out, you miss that person being there all the time and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? Not that that was the experience you had with your dad, but I'm just meaning it's a person in your life. Do you know what I mean? Like that you trusted, as I say, is that you're sitting at six going, what's happened? And
Mhm.
again, you probably felt, have I now said something wrong that that person's not there? So
Yeah.
all this goes into your mind at that age. Do you know what I mean? Where you're
Mhm.
probably sitting thinking, should I have not said that? He might have still been here. You're still
Yeah.
wee. You're still young. And that's a lot for your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot
See,
for your mum to talk about as well.
that's that's something that I've obviously kind of thought about a lot more
Yeah.
the older that I've been, especially when I've got sober.
Yeah.
Because that's been over 2.5 years now. This
It's
summer I'll
amazing.
be 3 years.
That's so good.
Um,
But can I just say that's very, very triggering as well for this wee 9-year-old taking this first drink. And what age did you give up drink up?
um, 40.
So it destroyed you for most of your life.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
lost so much.
Aye.
Um,
And even time with your beautiful wife, time with the
oh,
wee man,
oh
like,
yeah. I have to be honest, and I have to say that addiction's selfish
yeah.
because all I did was think about me.
Of course you did. Of course you
Um,
did.
and then
But addict to admit that as well, That's amazing because that's how you know you're over it,
Yeah.
because if you were still, you wouldn't admit that.
No, it's what I suffer from is somebody said it once and it stuck with me. What I
Yeah.
suffer from is bafflingly cunning
Mhm.
because you'll think you're fine, you'll
Aye.
think you're
Yeah.
normal, and you'll go, oh, maybe I can.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a wee beer,
Yeah.
a wee half pint. Maybe you
Yeah.
could go to the pub and have that wee half pint. And you go, that's a win.
Aye.
I might have a wee full pint
Yeah.
next time.
And then it just grows worse
That's it.
from there. So do you
Bafflingly
not
cunning.
do anything?
No,
You've not. That's good.
no.
That's so good.
Um,
Do you struggle to be in company with folk that are doing it?
in the beginning,
Yeah.
it was hard to be around.
Yeah.
Like when I first got sober, it was like really liberating.
Yeah.
Um,
And I bet you went through a million emotions.
oh, so many, so
Can
many.
imagine.
Again, it's a nice feeling at first,
Yeah.
but then as time starts going on, um, you start to look around, and when the sun's out, when
Aye,
everybody's
I know.
away to
I
like
know.
beer
I get
garden,
that.
and
Yeah.
but again, I think what I missed ultimately was just the socialisation
Yeah.
aspect of it. I
Yeah.
don't miss it in any way, shape, or form.
Aye. And I think that's the problem nowadays, isn't it? Because I also think, like, for me, when I'm going out and they're going to even a pub lunch,
Hmm.
I'm having a blue wicked and I'm
Yeah.
so is just massive into like people socialising. But my best friend doesn't drink at all. Like
Yeah.
never has. So when we go out, she socialises just the exact same way
Hmm.
as me, but she's got a can of juice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're like,
Exactly.
in my mind, I'm socialising. I need a blue wicked.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. Do you know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
like, aye, that is we normalise it in that way. I feel like,
We do.
yeah,
What we do is because it's so ingrained into our
yeah,
culture and into our society that, do you know, you turn round and you tell someone, I don't take cocaine, they go, oh, that's good. Or
aye,
I don't touch weed, or,
yeah,
I don't touch this. They'll pat you in the back. You
aye.
tell somebody you don't drink and they'll
Oh,
go,
aye, they'll
what's
go,
wrong with
what's
you?
wrong with you? Yeah. Hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
And
That's,
even at that, see when you're saying that, that actually makes sense because people do that. Like for me, I've never tried a drug, right? So I could
hmm
never understand. Like, let's see if I see somebody getting into a terrible state and they're ruining their relationship or
yeah.
whatever. But at the back of my mind, I'm going, is there something like I'm cautious of
Hmm.
that, if you like.
Yep.
But at the same point, I'm going, look, what's wrong about you? You're
Yeah.
arguing with your partner every week, or you're, do you know what I mean? I'm like trying
Hmm.
to focus on the good stuff and about you. Some people just do it because they like to go out and enjoy themselves at the
Yeah. No,
weekend,
that's
and
it.
that's what they see it as.
That's it.
Right?
Not
I know
everybody's,
everybody's got a trauma.
that's it. It
Yeah.
was, because what I discovered, especially through high school, when I was becoming more kind of far
Yeah.
more sexually active and
Mhm.
stuff like that, that I took a lot of comfort
Yeah.
with girls and stuff. And what I found was that the more I drank sometimes, the more insecure I would become. So
Yeah.
then the drink just wasn't cutting it anymore.
Aye.
Um,
And that's typically what usually happens.
yeah, it didn't give me the same
Sure.
level of protection because
Yeah.
then what I started doing was, especially in social situations and
Mhm.
stuff, is I would get that drunk that I would make an absolute titty
Yeah.
myself. Do you know what I mean?
Do you lose friends through that?
Younger years, not so
Not so
much,
many.
no, because I was quite blessed that the friends that I grew up with
Mhm.
have pretty much until now
Yeah.
been with me through my whole life. I've got my
Did they
best
know
friend. Yeah,
at an early age?
I would say more college, and that's was I went to
Right.
college around about the year 2000, so I get kicked out of school
Right.
in '99, just because I was just starting to get wild.
Aye. I
Um,
can't even imagine you get like, see when I listen to how soft your voice is and all that as well, like I'm just like going,
yeah,
you're just, it's as if you're telling me a story about something completely different. So it
well,
just shows you how much you've changed.
the the thing was is I was somebody totally different, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because what I discovered after the way that I felt, and then when I started drinking and stuff, I
Mhm.
discovered that I could play a character,
Yeah.
and that character wasn't me. That
Yeah.
character was big,
Somebody else,
and
aye.
he was strong, and he wouldn't take no nonsense off
Mhm.
anyone. And that's what I started
To believe.
to believe.
Aye.
And then, like I said, school, I was always getting into fights,
Yeah.
and it was because Again, this is another thing that I've got is like severe dyslexia.
Right.
Now that get diagnosed in high school,
Mhm.
but they always said Chris is a smart boy, but if he just applies himself and he's a
Yeah.
class clown and not understanding, I just couldn't
You
do it.
can do it.
I could not do it. And then the more they would say stuff like that, the more I would feel different again, to
Again,
the
aye.
point where it came to the weekend and we would be hanging about outside the shop, we would get a drink, we would go and
Mhm.
stand down the tunnels of the back pass and we would be drinking and
What age did you take drugs?
um, took my first ecstasy when I was 15.
Well, sure. And is that just somebody in the school that was doing them, like, getting them? Like, I mean, I'm trying to
Um,
think how, like, especially
ah,
back then, like, how a 15-year-old gets access to them.
so what happened was I had my cousins came down from up
Yeah.
north, they get into a bit of trouble with the law and stuff. And they were involved in some
Yeah.
stuff,
Mhm.
and then they came down, and I idolised my cousins.
Aye.
They were more like my brothers because we
Yeah.
grew up together.
Uh-huh.
But
And were you the youngest?
yeah, I
Yeah.
was youngest.
Aye.
So I was just they used to call me Mowgli. Do you know what I mean? That was my
Aye,
nickname,
your
not I mean
nickname.
Mowgli, because they can always remember when I was a wee boy, I was running about and I had like my hair all over the place and I had a wee pair of red pants, do you know what I mean? So they called me Mowgli. But no, they kind of took me under their wing. But I think because where they were in their life,
Yeah.
it was drug taking was very
Aye.
normalised.
Yeah.
And then I was in company with older people.
Mhm.
And then I thought, yeah, why not? You
Aye.
know,
Yeah.
if they're okay, then it must
You
be
must be.
okay.
Yep.